Hello, this is Aaron Times. Welcome back to Sword Coast Legends. Catnip Evermeow has progressed to level 4 since the beginning of this playthrough. She now has the completely faceless look that I favor for my characters in various video games, fantasy, science fiction, just about everything. And one thing that I should point out is that her armor is actually realistic for female armor. Most female armor in fantasy or in science fiction or anywhere else for that matter in most media is very unrealistic. They tend more towards the sexy part of armor as opposed to the functional part of armor. You can't really tell that she's a woman looking at her because armor is not meant to be sexy, it's meant to be protective. Well, anyway, it's time to conclude Act 1 and get back to the game. Let's click here, another click, another click, and another click. 4 clicks just to start the game. Mercenary's Cave. Ah yes, last time I quit the game when I was still in the Mercenary Cave after that boss fight with Tuvok from Star Trek Voyager. He's gone back to Vulcan now to report back to no, he's gone back to the Starship Voyager to report back to Janeway, aka Javan Tarmikos. Right, we've looted every inch of this dungeon, so it's time to get out into the high road. Except... Okay, is there anything that changes? No, nothing changed from the description. Inland trade route known as the High Road connects Waterdeep. Yeah, we already know that. So we're in between Waterdeep, Neverwinter, and Port Blast.
The good old secret backdoor ambush technique. That's the favourite.
We're not getting back to the caravan this way. And they're not going anywhere with the road blocked like that.
Let's look around. Maybe there's a way to clear the road from up here.
Thank you for pointing that out, Larathar. See, there's a chest here. A broken... Oh, okay, this is probably an artifact. In previous D&D CRPGs, you could find like random broken weapons. Normally, in a real RPG, you just discard these stuff. You wouldn't even think of picking them up, but because they are actually represented by an actual item in game, you pick them up and you keep them around until you can get to a good enough blacksmith to reforge them. Take all. Fresh corpse. Threatening letter. Randon, if the boss catches you stealing from the goblins, he'll carve you up good. It'd be a shame if someone told him, leave my cut under the shrub by the creek each 10 day or else I can't promise to keep your little secret. Oh, that was the thing over here, this little shrub here that we already looted. Wow, that's nice.
Of course. Right away.
So there's nothing here. Okay, Larathar. Larathar should scout. I don't think there's any more hostiles in this part of the game, but you know, you can never be sure. Okay, there's this
Hey, a switch.
bridge here.
Looks like goblin make. What's the worst that could happen if we pulled it?
We're gonna pull it anyway.
Really expecting something to explode.
I like this Larathar. I mean, he's a dwarf. He actually doesn't talk like a stereotypical dwarf with a horrible Scottish accent. He doesn't seem obsessed with his beard. He's not a fighter. He's a rogue, and he seems pretty easygoing for a dwarf. For most characters, really. Alright, let's start talking to these people. Jarhild.
Finally, you return. Took you long enough. Where's Bellamy? Did that blasted halfling get himself trapped behind bars again?
Jarhild, Bellamy is dead.
I mean, of course he is. Blasted halfling. I told him that Lightfinger's temper of his would get him into trouble. He and that sister of his would both fly off the handle at the first chance.
I am so sorry for your loss, my friend. But we really must get going.
I'm
We
so
have a
sorry
camp
for your
set up
loss,
just
Jarhild. We
outside
have a
the gates of
replacement short
We can
person for
rest
you
there,
here in the form of
plan our next
Larathar.
move, and say final farewells to your friend.
I would like that. It's more than I'm used to getting when losing a friend in battle.
And when you are ready, we have a friend in Luskan. The man who forewarned us about the attacks. He will want to meet the survivors of the ambush.
Yeah, the guy who gave you the cell phone. Who was this friend in
He is a
Luskan?
contact we're working with on another quest. I don't wish to trouble you with such details now. Let us continue to Luskan, and we will answer your questions there.
It's obvious we're going to get entangled in this personal quest of Illydia's. Just for once, I want to see an RPG where an NPC companion tells you that he or she has a quest that he's going to do, and then nothing, you never get involved in it. He resolves it on his own, and then nothing is ever, and she doesn't really bring it up again. Alright. What about the
Cleared
caravan?
out the mercenaries for now, and they weren't targeting your caravan anyway.
Make your way to our camp. We'll make sure the caravan gets to Luskan safely.
Okay. That's very generous of you,
Of
Illydia.
course. It is the least we can do, considering how much you've lost.
I thank ye, Elf. A little rest would do me good.
I bet a little ale would do you better.
We have plenty of both at the camp.
Larathar's making his move
We'll
now.
see you there.
Bellamy hasn't. I mean, Bellamy's been dead for like less than an hour in game time, and he's already making his move on Bellamy's girl. Alright, let's get out of here. Right, peasant. This is the lady who accused us of being demon worshippers. It's over. I'm very glad you and your guildmates have our backs the rest of the way to Luskan. With luck, the rest of the road will be quieter. Yes, I'll speak a prayer to Timora for a favor. That's a goddess of luck. Every little bit of luck helps. What happened to your hair, lady? Did you shave it? Jessup. I made a mistake, so what? You've never had a bad night? Okay, yeah, sure. Alima. Kate Middleton. Find any more mushrooms for me? I haven't found any more. That's too bad. If you do, let me know. Yeah, we pretty much grabbed all the mushrooms here. Okay, General Goods Vendor Rorik. I'm gonna... Let's see. Thanks to you, we can finally pack up and return to the road. Of course, my stock is always available to the heroes of the caravan. Will you be setting up a store in Luskan? I sure will. Of course, you will get preferential pricing, my friend. You and the other heroes of the caravan. Let's see what you got. Okay. Sell, 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 sell. Sell. Okay. Bellamy's items, yeah. You're dead, Bellamy. We can't use that. Can't use this. Shoes of expertise. Can't use this. Can't use this. Definitely can't use this. Shoes of expertise. I think I'm gonna give that to let me see. You have shoes? Okay, you don't have shoes. Let me see. She has dexterity 15, 18, 12. I'll just give it to Catnip then. In case we get another piece of equipment that gives us further bonus to dex. For some reason, stat bonuses in Sword Coast Legends stack fully. Have you found Martimal? We're just about ready to go. We need to get moving towards... Yeah, actually he's the one who sold us out to the mercenaries. He what? That would explain how... But I can't believe he'd do that. That bastard, I should make him answer for what he's done. Do what you will, he's not my problem. Oh well, I talk rough, but I can't say attacking him will do my conscience any good. We'll figure this out when we reach Luskan. We're just about ready here. I guess we should get moving. Yep, I'm passing on responsibility to someone else. Alright, Hamid, let me see what you have. You are level 4, so you get 2 points for intelligence. And his next level, his next stat bump will allow me to max out his int. So I wanna even out his wisdom, so he at least doesn't have a crappy negative wisdom save. Apply. Now for abilities. When do you get animate dead? Next level. So I need to save 2 points for that. Okay. Animate dead. Let's try something else. Sleep. Hold monster. This is 18. Range area of effect. Direct effect. Okay. So we get Okay, I'm gonna get this. Learn. And I think I need to save points so I can max out animate dead. Where's animate dead? It's level 7. There we go. 2 points, 1 point. Actually, no, I don't need to save any points. I can just use the points I get when I level up. It's 3 points per level up. Sleep. This is range area of effect. 5 yard versus 3 yards. That's bigger. I don't really know how to convert that into the metric system. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, and 1 foot is roughly equal to like 30 centimeters. So 1 yard is slightly less than a meter. I could be wrong. Magic weapon +2 magical bonus. This is a very powerful buff, but it only works on non-magical weapons. So if I have a magic weapon equipped, I won't benefit from this, but this is pretty powerful. This one though, this works regardless of the magic weapon you're using, so I should probably get this and probably max this out. Okay, yeah, I'm saving 1 point for when Catnip reaches level 5, and she can finally take the extra attack skill. Alright, moving on. Jaina. Thanks again. I can't get to wait to Luskan. My sister's going to meet me there. Okay, cool. Wilfred Brewbanks. Hey there. Still no sign of my brother or my antique. I'm beginning to worry. We searched the cave, but we didn't find your brother or the antique. I lied successfully to his face. That's a shame. I appreciate the effort, if not the results. Your secret's safe with me, other brother. 125 XP. Alright! Let's talk to Garak. Any word of the lost goods? We found this crate of goods in the cave. Excellent! Now if you could kindly hand them over, I'd be most grateful. Here you go. Wonderful. Take this for your troubles. Let me know if you need any supplies, and come find me when we get to Luskan. I'm sure there's more we can do for one another. Giggity. Be well, my friends. 200 gold.
Right away.
100 XP. A shady deal. William Ray. Jim Raynor. I hope we get moving soon. This journey has been hard enough already. Yeah, I'll be going. Is there anything here? Nope, there's nothing here. That's just a... Can I loot the... Oh, I still... Oh, I can loot the thing now. These were the wolves that fell beneath the ground, and I couldn't loot them. These were the wolves I lured into the camp because the rest of my party, except Illydia, was dead. Whoa. Oh, okay. I thought it was combat. We detected a secret hidden item. There we go. Gold. Sleeping bag. Alright.
At once.
Head to Luskan, a merc's dying wish. Deliver the statue. Okay, that's a quest we can't really complete until we get into the middle of Act 2. Martimal, hey, here you go. Go ahead and tell Tolan, my deal is off the table. Scroll of Melf's acid arrow. Gold, Birkins, what are you selling? I'm looking forward to Luskan. Should be a profitable visit for all involved. Since you and I are friends now, okay, she's giving me a discount. Oh, she sells poisons. Costs the user's weapon with a simple but effective poison for 60 seconds. While applied, this poison deals an additional 4 poison damage every strike. This is very useful for characters with multiple attacks. Basically fighters. Fighters can have up to 4 attacks per combat round. Malice, blinding the... Okay, this is a grenade item. Thrown, okay, unconsciousness for... Wow. 6 minutes. Oil of Taggart, so that's what they call Is that what that guy tried to make me drink? Eh. Drow poison. Put them this. Yeah, this is a contact poison. You put this on your weapons, and then each strike has a chance to put the creature to sleep. Burnt odor fumes. Okay. It's like a deadly gas. Essence of ether. Oh, wow. Birkins, you're a scary girl. Carrion crawler. I know what carrion crawlers are. They have a paralyzing attack. Okay, so these put you to sleep. So hopefully you won't know what catnip is doing to your body while you're asleep. But this one, you're fully awake. Well, she has her way with you. That's pretty expensive. 288. No. I'm not gonna get that. Oh, and it's a one-use item. We already have Homit for all our paralyzing needs. I don't think we need that. Serpent Venom. Additional 5 poison damage. This is additional 4 poison damage. It's not really very efficient. Sparking Shortbow. Okay, +1 to hit and damage. That's the magic bonus. Lightning damage on hit. I'm not really interested in that. Purple Worm Poison. Wow. Each attack will deal +15 poison damage. This is probably pretty powerful late in the game, but right now when we still only have 1 attack per round, I don't think it's worth it. You see, I just sell this stuff. Sell. And I think I'm gonna hang on to some of that stuff. I'll sell the vendor trash later. That's what's this?
What's this?
Oh, wow! Homit actually echoed what I said out loud in real life. Arlo's Asheban Ale. Once brewed by Arlo of Ashebanford himself, business has since passed. Okay, he's dead. General goods, peasant. Oh, I believe we've done everything now. It's time to move on to camp. And rest. And socialize with my new companions.
The trip to Luskan is as solemn as it is uneventful, and the caravan reaches the gates of the city without further incident. You've heard much about the thieves, gangs, and swindlers of Luskan, and you steel yourself for lies, bribes, threats, and false smiles, in a city where guards are just thugs who deal their brutality for a wage. The only things you can count on to protect you are your friends and your ability to protect yourself. And if Lerathar's stories are true, there are worse things in Luskan than its criminals, as monsters walk beneath, in the ruins of the ancient city of Illusk, now known dismissively as Luskan's sewers. Even the company of new friends and allies is cold comfort after the loss of your guildmates. The death of Bellamy Lightfingers weighs heavily on your mind, and while Jarhild doesn't speak of it, you know it weighs on her as well. With the help of your new companions, you make camp outside the city gates and settle down to wait out the night in fitful sleep. In the morning, you and your companions will walk among the infamous streets of the City of Sails. But your mind is filled with demons, and the night refuses to pass quietly into day.
Oh, so it's gonna be. Oh, it's another dream sequence. Oh, I love these. A lot of people didn't like those fade sequences back in Dragon Age 1, but I love those. As I mentioned before, I'm a real-life lucid dreamer, and I love it. I love it when games include stuff that I do regularly in real life.
As you wish.
Gil.
All you need to know is that you've got the attention.
Can you help me? I seem to have lost my way.
You understand?
Gil, can you tell us where we are?
I was somewhere else, but now I'm gone. For a lie, for a dream, for a demon. I think I've fulfilled my purpose now. This gate is shut. There is only one way left.
Boom! Okay, she teleports out. There's Nettie.
Home. Home. I can't go home.
Is there anything I can do to help?
All that could be done is in the past. This is my nightmare now.
Yes?
I remember this part. This is a dream replica of the graveyard district of Luskan. We'll be heading there later on in Act 2. I love how this game uses foreshadowing, dream foreshadowing to preview areas you're going to be going to. Hey, it's Sir Bannegar.
You serve the Mad One, Devourer of Hope, Dread General of the Gibbering Hordes.
Dread General of the Gibbering Hordes. A Gibbering Hordes. Are you talking about Reddit? You question Tarmikos' orders. Surely you can see our way.
Moment of kindness, or a single movement in a larger plot. I see the demon's influence surrounding you. You will not sway me to evil.
Oh shit, we didn't do it, Reddit.
Fire or in shadow, and there you stand, at the heart of it. My order was right to keep watch on you, right to see you die. You are blind to it. I pity you, if such a creature as you were worthy of it.
Alright, Tuvok got shadow banned from Reddit. Let's move on. There's a dead person here. I can't interact with him.
I can do that.
Okay, move on. Dretch. This looks like one of the moderators from a sub I frequent.
Master, come.
I am not your master.
No, you serve the Master. The Mad One calls to you. Come. He calls. We answer.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have a meeting with Reddit admins. Am I gonna get gilded? Oh, a chest.
Was it for glory that you ended the world? Or for some sense of duty?
No, man. I just wanted some Reddit gold. I never ended the world. I just wanted some Reddit gold.
Not yet. But the world is ending, and blood is on your hands.
Well, yeah, blood is on my hands. I cut myself while I was cooking breakfast earlier this morning.
You understand?
Right away.
Gilded Eye Knight and Dretches. These are the lowest forms of let me see. I think the lowest forms of demons.
As you wish.
I can't be bothered for that. Tasilis.
You have come here to see the birth of a new god.
Spoiler alert, this guy is the final boss of this game, not the actual demon.
Made it possible. I died for no reason. In rage and ceaseless pain, as will the world.
I think you'll be warm for the rest of your life, Bellamy. You died trying to save our friends. You died a hero. No, fuck you. You died charging into battle like Leroy Jenkins. It's a miracle we didn't get killed along with you.
He died because it was supposed to happen. He was a piece on a board in a game played by gods and demons. You will
Is that like a movie or a book by Dan Brown?
Siblings in purpose, if not in blood. He calls to you as he once called to me.
Laughter. Oh no, well, that's an interesting dream.
Morning to you. Clearly you had another rough night, the way you were tossing and carrying on like your head was on fire.
Aye, it was rough. Got a bit of a headache this morning, I do.
I worry that these nightmares could be prophetic, as if someone's trying to communicate with you.
That's true.
Perhaps
Someone's trying
it
to
is best
communicate
to
with
suffer
us.
through them
It's not a
until we know
demon, though.
who. And why?
Did you say you have a contact in Luskan who would help?
His name is
Who could help?
Moonshadow. He's a wizard and a bit of an information broker. He asked us to find survivors of the attacks on your guild and bring them to him. He can help you.
Okay, then let's go find your contact, Mr. Eyeshadow. How would your you trust this Soronil, Mr. Eyeshadow?
Aye, he hasn't steered us wrong yet.
To be honest, true trust is a luxury at the moment. I need certain information, and he's the only one who can offer it.
What sort of information is that?
It pertains to my own personal quest. I'm sure there'll be time to explain it, if our paths remain crossed for the near future.
How would your contact know about
He's
the
a
attacks?
diviner. He likely foresaw it with his foreseeing equipment. I've seen him do it before. He gets all smug about it when it works.
He also trades in information. Perhaps one of his
Diviner is one of my
contacts
favorite
plans to
wizard
attack your
subclasses
guild,
back in
and he
D&D
wants to know why.
3rd edition
He's an
and
elf.
now in D&D
I'd
5th
go with the
edition.
magic thing.
I prefer sorcerers, but if I would be a wizard, I'd be a diviner. Diviners are pretty powerful in PnP role-playing, but they're very, very underpowered in CRPGs. There's a lot of stuff different in CRPGs that make diviners really underpowered, and which make them overpowered in PnP role-playing. The most prominent of which is that in PnP, you can't reload, so knowing what lies ahead will really help you a lot. Alright, let's go find your contact, Mr.
I'd
Eyeshadow.
rather get right to work than spend all morning jawing out here in the open.
Aye, all business. I like that, you know.
Get in line, you twig.
Get in line, you twig. Get in line. So does that mean that Homet is going first, or is it Catnip going first, or is it like everyone going in? Okay, that's. Please don't ban me, YouTube. Get a room, you
She
two.
started it.
Aye, and I'll be finishing it too.
I can tell this is going to be an interesting day.
The gate's not too far from here. Big wall, huge doors, can't miss it.
We might be wanting to check in
Interesting
with
day. Are you
Make sure
blind,
we're square
Illydia?
on
It's
the
night.
caravan job. I'm not holding out hope for a glowing review.
Keep heart, my new friends. I have a feeling that the help you need is just through those gates.
Sure. Achievement unlocked. The long road ahead.
At once.
Okay. Alright, who should we talk to first? Let's talk to this adorkable wizard guy. What's this? Flower sacks. What's that? I cannot click on it. Okay. These are flower sacks. Oh, these are supplies for us. Retraining dummy. Guild chest. Oh, that's right. I remember this. This was added after I finished my first run through Sword Coast Legends. It would allow you to retrain everything about your character, your ability scores, your skill points, for a nominal fee. 6 points spent. Okay, it's based on how many points you've spent on your character so far. Because Illydia, Larethar, and Homet are NPCs. They have their own pre-spent points. The game is not gonna force you to pay for those points you already spent. Unfortunately, this probably means that you can't reassign those points you already have. Oh, that sucks. Alright, moving on. Alright, let's talk to Larethar first.
Something you need?
I was gonna talk to Homet first, but I clicked on Larethar. Any keen insights you'd like to
You
share?
and your friends fight like you've seen a skirmish or two. Ha ha! It'll be fun sneaking off and stealing things while you do all the work.
I'd like to learn more about you,
Ah, it's
and
not much
not
of a
about in
tale.
bed.
I was born in Westgate, near the Sea of Fallen Stars. My family were traders. They'd moved out of East Rift and sought a home among the humans. My father made a lot of coin very quickly there, mostly doing things he shouldn't have been doing, bribing officials for shipping contracts, smuggling goods into and out of town, that sort of thing.
It sounds like someone I know.
My
Yep.
mother never approved of my father's business. From the day she found out what we were up to, she started making contingency plans. She wasn't going to let Pa's problems bleed over into family.
She sounds like a smart woman.
She was. I'm alive because of her. Finally, my father's sturges came home to roost. They were murdered by rivals. And my mother took my siblings and I, hopped on a caravan, and moved us all the way west to the City of Sails. And there we have it. How a fine young dwarf like me got mixed up in a place like Luskan. You know, this really takes me back. But I have some sleeping and resting that needs doing. Maybe we could wax nostalgic another time.
I should be
Don't
going.
be a stranger.
Right away.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts about Sword Coast Legends. Their stories, their backstories are actually believable. The characters in their backstories are actually believable. They're not just fantasy caricatures or fantasy stereotypes. They actually have stories behind them. Okay, let's talk to Illydia next.
What can I do for you?
You have any thoughts on our
We
situation?
met under tense circumstances, but things will get easier from here on, if the gods will it. The sooner we meet with Soranil, the sooner we can both be on our way.
Tense circumstances. Okay, the sooner you can meet with Sorno, the sooner he can give you a body massage to calm you down. I'd like to learn
There
more
is not
about you.
much to tell. I have dedicated myself to the search for a relic called the Moon Tear,
Yeah, the
a
MacGuffin.
relic of Sehanine, lost decades ago as a result of my own childish ignorance.
What
I
happened?
remember I was around 15 years old, a toddling babe by elven reckoning. I had a friend, Seric, the best companion a young girl could have. But my parents did not approve of our friendship.
15 years old. For those of you who didn't know, the way elves age, starting around D&D 4th edition and continuing on to D&D 5th edition, is that they age normally like humans until they reach their 20s. Once they reach their 20s, they pretty much stop aging. Their aging slows down to a crawl. So a 15-year-old elf looks much like a 15-year-old human. It's not like in previous editions of D&D, like 3rd edition, 2nd edition, and the old basic D&D, where elves aged proportionally slower than humans. So an elf at 50 years old would probably still be like a 5-year-old human. They changed that because it was a bit silly. So now elves age normally until their 20s, at which point their elven immortality kicks in and they stop aging. It's not really immortality, it's more like slow aging. So normal aging from infancy until their 20s, at which point they have really, really slow aging. So Illydia at 15 years old would not be like a toddler or a very, very little girl elf. She'd be like a 15-year-old human girl. Okay, he had a friend, Sarek. Okay, pretty much a teenage love interest. Why didn't they
My
approve?
parents told me our family had a sacred duty, one that meant we could not afford such dalliances. I found out not much later that they were right. My parents scolded and punished and eventually kept me from my dear friend, the one child with whom I could play, laugh, and experience joy. One day, I was out playing, on my own, when a group of travelers approached me. They said they were hungry and in need of supplies, but I could tell that they were drow. Even then, I knew what that meant. But, consumed by my childish anger and ignorance, I decided that... Gods forgive me. I decided that a confrontation with the drow would be a fitting punishment for my mother and father, for denying me Seric's companionship.
Is that what you call it? Companionship? Okay. Sarek's warm body. Okay. You were just a child.
I was.
Just a horny
There's no
child.
excuse for what I did. In a fit of pique, I gave the drow travelers directions to our village, hoping to...
Directions to their hidden
No,
elf
I-
village in the woods.
I wanted my parents to hurt the way they made me hurt. But what happened was much, much worse. The drow turned out to be forward scouts for a raiding party. They invaded our village, killing and capturing my people, my family. We had been given the sacred honor of protecting a relic of Sehanine. While ransacking our home, the drow took the moon tear.
You were young and couldn't have known how it would
I
unfold.
knew of the drow. I knew what they were capable of. I thought such tragedy was the thing of stories and fables.
See, this is a realistic
real life.
reaction to how
I
drow are
search now for
portrayed
the
in
moon
D&D.
tear, both to recover it for my goddess, but also in the hopes of making amends for my sins, for my wrath, my ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. If there's nothing else, I'd like to take a moment and reflect.
I should be
The
going.
Lady of Dreams go with you.
That's a pretty realistic reaction to meeting drow for the first time as a child, as a 15-year-old teenager. Basically, you probably would find it hard to believe how brutal the drow really are until you finally met them. And so she didn't believe the stories, and she found out that the stories were true.
At once.
The hard way. Alright, let's talk to Hamid.
What can I do for you?
What do you think about our
I've
situation?
spent precious little time in Luskan, which is fine with me. Any time I'm here, I wind up getting mugged or kidnapped or blackmailed. It's not a pretty town.
I'd like to learn more about you.
Where should I begin? Well, I was born in a small village near Longsaddle to very young parents who were farmers just because their own parents had been farmers and had all died the winter before.
Your grandparents all starved to death?
No, they all killed each other. An ancient family feud. Very tragic, really. My ma told me it started over the ownership of an enormous tomato and grew from there.
Tomato.
When I was born, my ma and da hoped I'd be able to help them out on the farm. But really, they'd have been better off hiring a farmhand. It's like they didn't realise I'd be born as a baby and not as a strapping lad of 13 years.
Like parents, like son.
I like parents. Mine were just a little dim, that's all. You might not know it to look at me now, but I was a scrawny child, and I was of little use on the farm. I tried very hard, but I never really took to manual labour. So my parents did what I believe any other loving parents in their situation would do. They sought around for someone willing to trade. A son for a son. And the next thing I knew, I met my Uncle Kipper. You know, remembering all that now, I'm starting to think that maybe my parents weren't as loving as I once thought. If you don't mind, I'd rather like some time to think.
I should be
All
going.
right. You know where to find me.
Oh, that was interesting. So, this is our camp, and I cannot click on this horse.
Of course.
Alright, I've talked to every member of the camp so far, and the only thing left to do is head into Luskan. World travel. Let's click on this thing here. Accept. Alright, so this is the world map. And that's Luskan. Oh, okay, okay, so I have to go here into the city gates. I'll do that some other time. I'm gonna end this playthrough for now. Well, we've talked to our companions, we've concluded the first act of Sword Coast Legends, and next time we'll be heading into the city itself, the city of Luskan. Anyway, this has been Aaron Times playing Sword Coast Legends. Goodbye.